Why hello there, and welcome to the big Lego Collectable Minifigure Series tournament, where I'm going to go through and decide which minifigure series was the best so far. So without further ado, let's begin with round 1 of Series 1 versus Series 2. So first releasing in May 2010, we have Series 1 with a total of 16 minifigures that were sold for £1.99 in the UK. And yes, we will be using UK prices for this tournament. And in the other corner, we have Series 2, which was released in September of 2010, again with 16 minifigures and the price staying the same. So the first round in deciding in which of these two go forth in this tournament is the piece average. Simply put, we take every single minifigure and count up how many pieces they have, and then divide it by the number of minifigures there was. For Series 1, there was 110 total pieces over 16 minifigures, which gives us an average of 6.875 pieces per minifigure. And in Series 2, there was a total of 111 pieces across 16 minifigures again, which gives us an average of 6.9375, so slightly better than Series 1. So this round goes to Series 2, and they get 10 points, and Series 1 only get 5. On to round 2, where we're looking at a similar theme of pieces per price, but now we're looking at individual minifigures and the best price for the amount of pieces you get. For Series 1, the best minifigure you could get was the Deep Sea Diver with a total of 9 pieces, which comes out to a price per piece of 0.22 pence. And this is exactly the same for Series 2 as well, with being the Maraca Man, again with 9 pieces, giving a best price per piece of 0.22. So, as it's a draw, they both get 7 points each. Hi there, Editing Adam here. Just noticed I made a slight mistake in this round, in that Series 2 actually has 2 minifigures with 9 pieces, the second one being the skier. So therefore, Series 2 actually wins this round, having more minifigures with the highest piece count. So the amended score for this round is 10 points to Series 2 and 5 to Series 1. So keep that in mind for all the rest of the scoring that comes up. Anyway, back to the show. Next, we look at the same again, but with the worst. Here in Series 1, we have 2 minifigures with the same amount of lowest pieces, with the Caveman with 5 pieces and the Super Wrestler again with 5 pieces, giving a price per piece of 0.398 pence. And in Series 2, there is 8 minifigures that have an equal number of low pieces. So at first glance it makes it look like Series 1 is going to win this round. However, Series 2's lowest pieces, there is 6, as opposed to Series 1's 5. These minifigures being Disco Dude, Karate Master, Lifeguard, Pharaoh, Popstar, Ringmaster, Surfer and Witch. All with 6 pieces and giving a price per piece of 0.331 pence. So this round also goes to Series 2, as whilst they have more minifigures with a low piece count, their lowest piece count is actually higher than the Series 1. So again, it's 10 points to Series 2 and 5 to Series 1. For the next round, we look at the series as a whole and how diverse they are in a male-female split. And this is looking specifically at how Lego have stated what each minifigure's gender is. For Series 1, we have 2 females to 14 males, and Series 3, we have 3 females to 13 males. So therefore, Series 2 is more diverse and gets 10 points, and Series 1 is least diverse and gets 5 points. For the next set of rounds, we're looking specifically at the parts that are used, starting with new parts that were introduced by each series. Series 1 introduces 9 new parts, and Series 2 introduces 13. So for this round, it again goes to Series 2 getting 10 points, and Series 1 getting 5 points. However, if we look at reused pieces of previous series, we can safely say that Series 1 has 0 reused pieces, as there's no series before it, and Series 2 has 3 reused pieces. So therefore, 10 points goes to Series 1, and 5 points goes to Series 2. And that concludes the subjective point of view rounds, where it's not really arguable which side should get points. However, we are now moving on to objective rounds, where I'm going to rank every single minifigure in each series to say which to me has the best minifigures and how they rack up points. So, on to the tier lists. So, we are just using a simple tier list that you can easily get on the internet. Just the generic yellow colour that is often used. So I think, all things considered, this can go in the D ranking. Next we have the skater. This minifigure has nice torso printing, but no printing on the legs at all, and is rather generic altogether. But its main thing that is dragging it down is the lack of leg printing just being a solid colour. So this is going to be our first E rank. Next we have the robot. This is a very nice minifigure. It has a nice moulded helmet piece and uses a different arm, not just a normal minifig arm. And it's very nice printing as well, and I think this is also a B rank to go with the clown. Next we have the demolition dummy. All pieces here are nicely printed and clearly represent what it is meant to be. It is a little simple, however, but not overly generic, so I think a D rank. Next we have the magician. This again is kind of a generic minifigure with a generic top hat, completely black legs with no printing, and a suit stroke tuxedo body piece. It's very generic if you ask me, so it is also getting an E rank. Next we have the Super Wrestler, which, as I'm sure you'll recall, this was one of the minifigures with only 5 pieces to it. But however, one of these pieces is a cape, which none of the other minifigures use, and it has nice head printing as well that doesn't use the generic yellow colour. And it has nice printing going down from its torso onto its legs. So I think this is also a C rank. Next we have the nurse. This is very nice printing to its body. However, it's just got plain white legs, which is a lack of printing for me personally. This would be putting it in E rank, however it comes with a nice printed tile as well, so I'm happy to put this into D rank. Next we have another very generic minifigure of the ninja. We've had many ninjas in the past, and this one uses just plain black legs, so you can probably guess this is going in E rank. Next we have the Spaceman. This one has very nice printing to it, which goes from the body onto the legs, and is just in general a very nice updated Spaceman minifigure. So I feel that it should be a C rank. Next we have the Forest Man, or the Robin Hood minifigure if you ask me. This one has plain leg printing, so it has that going against it. However, it feels less generic than the E ranks, so I'm probably going to give it a D as well. Next we have the minifigure with the most parts to it, being the Deep Sea Diver. However, a lot of these parts are just reused from other deep sea themes like Atlantis and Aqua Raiders and so forth. And it also just has plain blue legs, no printing to it, and its torso is also just rather bland if you ask me. So it is going in E rank. And the final minifigure of Series 1 is the Cowboy. This one has nice printing to it, but none on the legs. But it doesn't feel as generic as some of the other minifigures. And I kind of like this minifigure, so I feel D rank is probably best for it. So totaling up the points, we see that this series gets 36 points total in this tier list. We shall now see how Series 2 fares. So now we're on to the Series 2 tier list. So first we have the Weightlifter. This one has nice printing to it, but also seems, it's not really speaking to me really, so we'll go with a D rank, I think. Next we have the Pop Star. This one has a lot of printing to it and is very nice, I think, so I'm happy to put this into C rank, I think. Next we have the Skier. This one again, quite nice. Has nice printing to it, not really generic. I feel safe giving it a C. Next we have Disco Dude, which again, nice printing to it and has a nice printed tile piece as well. So yeah, C. Next we have Karate Master. Nice printing to it, but it does feel rather a little bit more, it's not really speaking to me, so yeah, I'm going to give it a D. Next we have the Surfer. So, nice printed board piece, but is rather just a simple-ish minifigure in general, so I'm going to give it a D as well. Next we have the Pharaoh, which is just going straight to A. I really like this minifigure. It's A for me. Just the theming of it, just everything about it, I just love. Next we have Marakaman. This was obviously the minifigure that has the most pieces, and it makes a very nice poncho piece with the fabric pieces. So yeah, I'm giving it a B. Next we have the Spartan Warrior. Very nice minifigure, love this idea of a theme. Maybe not as much as the Pharaoh, but I'm thinking I'll give this one a B as well. Next we have the Ringmaster, which just feels like a remake of the Magician from the previous theme, so I'm giving it an E. For pretty much the same reasons as the Magician. Next we have the Witch. This is nice body printing going onto a skirt brick piece and uses a different non-yellow headpiece as well. So I'm thinking I'll give this a C. Next we have the Vampire, which again, non-yellow headpiece, nice printing throughout, good cape pieces. I'm going to give this one a C as well. Next we have the Traffic Cop, which has nice printing to it, nice headpiece, not a different colour, black trousers that have no printing on it. So I'm going to give it a D, I think. Next we have the Explorer, which fits well into the theme with the Pharaoh. So to me, this is going to go in A. It also feels like one of those Johnny Thunder minifigures as well, so I just like it. Next we have the Lifeguard. This one feels very similar to the Surfer in this theme, and kind of just feels like a redo of that minifigure in the same theme, but made female. So I'm also going to give it a D, I think. And finally is the Mime minifigure, which has black legs, fairly nice printing to it, but it just does not sit well for me at all. Don't overly like it, so I'm giving it an E. So, counting up the points that this tier list gives, we get a total of 45 points. So that means Series 2 wins this tier list and gets 10 points, and Series 1 gets 5 points. So now we're on to the grand total of each series. I'm going to do this in two ways. I'm going to have the subjective ranks and the tier list rank as one score, and then the other score, same again, subjective ranks, but the actual amount of points that the tier list gives, just to see if there will be any disagreement and to make it sure that the subjective rounds give a much more balanced view to decide which minifigure series is the best. So, from pure rank perspective, with the tier lists just being a rank rather than the points, Series 1 got 42 total points and Series 2 got 62, which means that Series 2 will be the one going forth. And looking at how this is with the tier list being point-based rather than rank-based, we also see it as 73 to 97. So, no matter which way you slice it, Series 2 is the better of the two series, and so we'll be going through to the next round. Do you agree with my rankings, or have I been overly harsh in how I have scored them? Or do you just disagree with me totally and think the subjective point of views are worthless and it should be purely on the point of view of the tier lists? Let us know in the comments. So, thanks so much for watching, and I shall see you when I see you with the next series of 3 and 4 at some point.